Hello, everyone. Welcome. I want to see my chat messages. How do I do that? How do I get up in here? Oh, there we go. Hello, everyone. Come on in, you guys. Come on in. I am here. It's been a minute since I've been on. So come on my live stream. Feel free to comment. Feel free to interact. This is an open forum. What does Wendy Williams say? You all are my co-hosts. You guys are my co-hosts. So I want you guys to be on with me. Where is everybody at? Whew. This light is... Where is everyone at? Come on through. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know who's on my live stream tonight. I want you guys to talk to me. Walk with me. Talk with me, people. All right. Make sure you like and comment. Make sure you like and comment on my video. All right. I'm going to get started in just a second, waiting for a couple more people to come through. Who's on here? Time is at 8:15. Oh, it has been a long time coming. Feels like I haven't been on live in a minute. I missed it. If you're new, drop a comment. Hello there. How are you? Let's see. Drop a comment on the comment section. Let me know that you're here. Some people are saying that they don't see me on. I am here. I'm on. I don't know, guys. I don't know what's going on, but I'm up in here. See 3 people on. See, waiting a minute for the people to come through with the come through. Drop a comment if you are on. Drop a comment if you are on here. Let me know who is here. Hello. All right. Hello there. Somebody else is here. Okay, great. All right, I'm going to get started. Go ahead and talk to y'all. It has been a long 12 days that I've been sick, been down and out. The girl has not been herself. I was trying to cut the pain. Just like in this book, trying to cut the pain. And boy, I tell you, it was a lot of cutting that I had to do, but I pulled through. I am here. And then I'll tell you, at first I was afraid. I was petrified. Kept thinking how I was going to live. No, I'm not going to go into the Gloria Gaynor song, but I will say that I survived. And I am just very happy. I am grateful. I am back and I am full of energy. And also, I got a little light going on here. I don't know if y'all notice, I'm a little bit brighter because, my light is where it needs to be. And then got the fan blowing, so it's giving me a little bit of Beyonce action over here with the hair. So I'm kind of liking that. Anyway, so I'm gonna just go ahead and get started. Well, I wasn't feeling well. It took a lot. I decided to do natural medicine. I did everything all on my own. I felt like I was toxic, so I had to do a deep cleanse, a cleansing, a reset of my body, and that kind of comes, with just trying to completely heal myself. Not just heal myself from the ailment that I was going through, but heal myself all the way around. So I am still doing that, and it is feeling great. It's making me feel amazing, full of energy. I suggest you try it yourself. But today's topic that we are going to get into today is, girl, why are you in that toxic relationships? Okay, so we're staying in toxic relationships, and we should not. Some people stay in toxic relationships for way too long. And, it does more hurt and harm long term. The longer you stay there, the worse it is. So I'm trying to see how I can get you guys out and into a healthier frame of mind where there is no toxicity, but it all falls on you. All right. So, first thing I want to say, a lot of people don't know that they are in toxic relationships, which is really sad. That's one of the bad things, People get comfortable with toxic relationships. People, feel like that's how they function when they, become in a toxic relationship. They learn to, just deal with things, and that abnormality becomes normal. It becomes every day. It becomes a part of life, and that does more hurt than harm to anybody. So basically, when I was sick, I wasn't feeling well, I had to reevaluate, my body, reevaluate everything toxic in my life, from, my health to the people that are there. So, you have to cut a few strings. You have to cut a few rough edges. And that's what I did. Because some people just were not meant to be in the place you're going. So if you're gravitating toward a healthier, happier place, and somebody is being just a ball of dead weight, they cannot go with you to that next place, because they're going to bring that dead weight, that toxicity to you in your new environment where it need not go. You need to be free. You need to be healthy. You need to be happy. And people try to stay in things that are no good for them, even when they know they're no good. There's a quote by Paul Coelho: "Sometimes your heart needs to accept what your mind already knows." And that is a powerful statement. Sometimes your heart needs to accept what your mind already knows. And sometimes we know that things are not what they should be, but we accept that because we're not ready to believe it. We have to have another day, another week, another year, another month. We have to have more of it until we get tired and until we get our breaking point and had enough. Okay. And it takes a little longer for our mind, your heart, to meet your mind where your mind is, because your mind is smart, but your heart, is smart, but stubborn nonetheless. So, yeah, I watched during the course of my, healing process. I watched the My Life documentary by Mary J. Blige, and I can say that was a really good documentary. It hit home. She was going through a lot of different things. She was going a lot of different things. Mary J. Blige has exposed her life and how her life was not, as it is now. She didn't start off that. She didn't start off at the top. She started off at the bottom, and if you guys get a chance to watch it, it is talking about nothing but being in toxic relationships and to thrive. She was talking about one part. She said she was going to dumb herself down to meet somebody on their level because she wanted that relationship so bad. And if you're new coming in, drop a comment, say something. Hi, hello. But yeah, she was saying she was going to dumb herself down to meet someone on their level because she didn't want to believe that wasn't meant to be. What she wanted was not meant to be. And that did more damage and detriment than it did heart to help her. She thought she was doing something good for her body. She was scared to let go, and she needed to, because that brought her in years of cycles of toxic relationships. She made good music during these toxic relationships. I'm not going to tell you, toxicity didn't sound better out of her mouth, her voice. That's the best toxicity I've ever heard. However, but it came from pain, and she couldn't cut it. And sometimes we cycle in this pain. It becomes a cycle, a pattern. Even if you get out of one toxic relationship, you might have trust issues from that and go on to the next relationship with the same issues, looking at that person on, with the side eye, I don't know, like, are you going to be nagging me? Are you going to be a drinker? Are you going to be, the person to, steal from me? I don't know. I got my guard up. I have that protection that, I'm not sure. Let's see what it says. Yes, it was. She was so transparent. We need to hear people's truth. Yes. Someone said that in the documentary, Mary J. Blige was very transparent about, her life. She kept it real, like, and that's what people need. Sometimes I know personally that being your true, genuine self, it speaks more volumes than putting on and being fake. People resonate more with someone who's just spilling their beans on the table. It resonates a lot more. And it helps when you can put it out there and be transparent. So her heart wasn't ready to meet her mind. They were in two totally different places, but that comes with the territory of toxicity. The theme song for today is going to be Keisha Cole, Let It Go. All right, because we need to let things go that are not meant to be there. And sometimes we want to hold on. We want to get on the floor. We want to drag. We want to catch by the coat. Like, I'm going to make it work. This toxic relationship I'm going to make it work because I don't want to fear. I'm going to settle in what I have and not go to better because I'm not ready for better. Better is scary. I don't know. I know this toxic situation, but I don't know what the grass is like and how greener it is on the other side. And how much, if you just let it go, if you just pull a Keisha Cole, you might be all right. That might be the best thing that's for you. All right. So pretty much, I guess if you are asking questions, if you don't know if you are in a toxic relationship, ask yourself some of these, questions. You have to get very detailed. Got to get a pen, got to get the paper, got to ask yourself your own questions. Do you dread coming home? Are you happy? But when the person comes home, you just get all sad and angry, like, oh Lord, gotta come home to this. This is what I gotta do. Like, oh, I wish they could have just stayed out for a couple of more hours till I got to sleep. Yeah. Do you have to be sneaky with money? Do you have to be, is money shared out of fear? Is money taken out of fear, to hid somewhere and allocated somewhere else because people, don't, trust their significant other or their person with the money? Are you getting anything? Are you not getting out what you're putting in to it? Are you not getting anything out of the relationship? Are you scared to leave the kids with your parent? Are you scared to leave the kid with the other parent because you don't feel like it's a healthy environment? You don't feel like your child is safe with their own partner? Feel like you're walking on eggshells all the times to avoid fights? Is that you? You feel like you're talking to a brick wall all the time? Is that part of being toxic? If you feel like you're repeating yourself over and over and over again, nothing's going through in one ear out the other, that is a definite sign of a toxic relationship. These are the kind of questions you need to ask yourself, because these are the kind of questions that would tell you if you may be in it. And a lot of people don't understand if they are or are they not. They don't understand that, hey, I'm in this, toxic relationship, but it doesn't seem toxic because it becomes so normal. It becomes normal to get yelled at. It becomes normal to get, it becomes normal to, get, your food's not ready and you're being yelled at about your food's not being ready on the table when it needs to be at a certain time, whatever. The pettiness becomes so normalized that it is just, hey, this is normal. It's normal to come home and get smacked upside your head, because that's just what's been going on. And things have just been like that for the longest. So you want to keep it like that, because anything different seems abnormal. Why is it not happening? There's so many relationships that are toxic in Hollywood, right above our noses, under our noses rather. Cardi B, Offset, that's a toxic relationship right there. Kanye, Kim, that was a toxic relationship. They got out. They Splitsville. Best thing they probably ever could have did. Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson had a toxic relationship. And, one of the most common, Chris Brown, Rihanna, super duper toxic. Just because you're a celebrity, you're making money, does not mean that you are not bound for toxicity too. A dose of real life, reality. Reality is there. It is there. It's everywhere. No matter the income level, the celebrity, non-celebrity, or celebrity in your own house. Doesn't matter who you are. Anybody is subjective to be in a toxic relationship. You have toxic patterns. If you come from toxicity, that is damaging. Bobby and Whitney. Yes. Bobby and Whitney is another one. Very toxic relationship. And that's actually a classic example because anything that man did, Whitney was in love with him. She wouldn't let him go. She was upset. It was an obsession. She loved him more than he probably loved her, or it appeared that way to the public eye. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. But that's what I saw. He was in love. She was in love with him and couldn't let him go. And it became a cycle. It became a vicious cycle of nothingness, unhappiness, death, drugs, death. It's like the daughter, Bobby Christina, toxic relationship too. She grew up around toxicity. What did she do? She had a relationship, therefore, of one as, herself. She began to do drugs. She's gone now. So the result of the toxic relationships, it does more harm than it does good. And we need to recognize these things. We see them on TV. These people, these famous people, go through these things right in front of our eyes, transparently too. And we have examples of what not to do that's staring us right in the face. But examples of what to do, you don't get too many examples of what to do. We hear a lot about how to stay away out of toxic relationships and how to tell if somebody's toxic, but not too many people tell you what to do in how to have a healthy relationship, how to thrive. What is the blueprint to having a successful, healthy relationship? I know a lot of people who get married, or most people, was required to have a premarital counseling. But if you expect to be with somebody long term for years and decades to come, a week, a month of premarital counseling, do you really think that's going to be enough to help you get through your marriage? Think it's going to be enough? No. Premarital counseling should start. It should be a year in, at least, of constant understanding of what a healthy relationship should be. Not just, okay, I'm getting married on Tuesday. Let me take this premarital counseling on Saturday. And I hope my marriage is healthy and it suffices and everything works out. No. What do they say in premarital counseling? I've never been married before. They might say, listen to your significant other. Make sure that you compromise. Make sure you have marital relations 5 times a month, 6 times a month. I don't know. What do they say? Any married people on here can tell me what they tell you to do to help you save this marriage from ending up in toxicity? Yeah, so let me read some of the comments. I see excellent points. Afraid to leave the kids with the other parent, hiding money, walking on eggshells, wanting the person to stay out longer. Classic signs of a toxic relationship. That's nothing but toxic. That sounds like hell. Pure, unadulterated hell to live in. Who wants to get married? Marriage is supposed to be like heaven, right? But that heaven, you sign your the dotted line to live in hell. Yeah, I'll sign up for that. And I'll sign up to hear somebody snore and I can't stand. I'll sign up for this bad habits. Hear this person chew with their mouth open. I can't stand it. It frustrates me to the point where I have to leave. I'll sign up to a house never being cleaned and nobody can cook. I'll sign up for a life of being broke. Because my partner never has any money, keeps taking mine, stealing it, out the savings. That sounds like a marriage made in heaven. Sounds like a marriage made in heaven. Let me see, what does it say? I think they live in a cycle of toxicity. I think they live in a cycle of toxicity. Who's they? I think they live in a cycle of toxicity. A lot of people do. All the celebrities that I mentioned, from, Kanye West, Pamela, and, Tommy Lee, Angelina Brad, like Chris, Rihanna, Cardi and Offset. Woo, classic example of toxicity. Baby number 2, you know, is it true happiness? Is it true happiness, or is it, I don't want my child to have another father? I want to say, I don't want to venture out. I want to stay where I'm comfortable. I want to just accept the cheating, being cheated on and mistreated, because it's easier to do so. It's like, at some point you have to let it. Keisha Cole, what we talk about, let it go. You need to get if he don't wanna love you to ride. Gotta Keisha Cole it. You gotta let it go, because it's like, it's a never-ending cycle. If you keep continuing and going on and on and on, it's like, what are you here for? With her, I believe, like with Cardi B and Offset, I think that they're two good people. I don't think they're just good for each other. I think she's better with somebody else. The two, better with somebody else. I mean, I'm not in their life. I don't know what goes on behind closed doors. All we know is that she gets mad, vents on the social media, says, I'm going to leave, I'm filing for divorce. Then, all of a sudden, before you know it, back together. And it happened multiple times. That's a toxic cycle right there. So someone don't understand why some people keep jumping into toxic relationships. I feel like people keep jumping in, to toxic relationships because it's safer to jump in and stay there than to get out. I feel like it's a comfortability thing. And I feel like, you take your old patterns that you take from your toxicity, all the hurt, the pain, the blood, sweat, tears, all the things that you go through, and take it to the next person. They have to deal with it. You might drive that person toxic with your toxicity, and they might bring their own baggage and then drive you crazy. And then y'all end up breaking up and going to the next person instead of healing. People don't take time to heal. That's the biggest problem with being in a toxic relationship. You don't take time to heal for yourself. Boy, I tell you, I did a lot of healing. I'm not in a relationship, but I did a lot of healing. I did a lot of, figuring out. I did a lot of, I'm dating and things. So, you got to just choose, like, hey, is this right for me? Does it seem right? Does it feel right? If it's always in a constant state of negativity, you always feel negative feelings, let it go. It's toxic. If it's one-sided, somebody's a little selfish, you doing all the work in the relationship, you bringing the flowers, you cooking the dinner, you cleaning up, you picking up the kids, you're the one initiating trips, you're the one initiating everything. That's toxic. Let it go. If it impacts other areas of your life, like work, your money flow, schmunner. I love Cardi, actually. I really do. If it's affecting your shmoney, your work, your happiness, your health, you got to let it go. If it completely changed you, if you were one person who was full of vigor, vibrance, happy, social, and you've become a person who is let's just say, introverted, not interested in the same things. Nothing makes you happy. The things that used to get you excited and perky and full of, energy make you feel, I don't even care. Whatever. I used to like to go scuba diving. I don't care about that anymore. That used to be my favorite restaurant. I don't even care. It doesn't even excite me anymore. Gotta let it go. That's toxic. If you're more happy and miserable than you are If you're more miserable than you are happy, then that's toxic. You don't want to do that. Let's see here. It's a lifelong process. There's always ups and downs, you know. It's a lifelong process to learn to, good healthy habits to have. You continue to learn. You're always going to learn healthy habits. You're always going to learn, what you don't like from someone, what you do like. You do a lot of self-discovery in relationships. You learn a lot about yourself. You learn about what you can take, what you can't take, what you like, what you want. And those are good things, but staying in that relationship, a bad, poor relationship for too long is no good. Mentally, emotionally, physically, people's health can go down. You start losing weight. You start missing work, going out sick all the time because you sick of your spouse, sick of your significant other. You don't feel good. That's not good. That's major. You don't want to do that. Let's see what else it says. Accepting a toxic relationship is a learned behavior, in my opinion. We repeat what we grew up around in many cases. Exactly. Just like Mary J. Blige. She said in her My Life documentary, she saw her parents, or she saw her mom getting abused. She didn't say quite who from it was, but she saw her mom getting abused. She saw her mom in domestic violence relationships. Repeat cycle. What you see your parents go through, you begin to do. Telling them, oh, don't do this. I'm doing this. I'm doing it, but you don't do it. It's not enough. We can see things. We when you see things, you around things, you naturally tend to do them unless you have, made a pact with yourself to never do those things and you can stick with it. Not everybody can do that. Not everybody can not be a product of their environment. It's easier said than done. It's easier said than done. Too many times. What does it say? Someone said depends on the counselors when it's talking about, how long, what do marriage counselors teach you to spare you from having a toxic relationship, to spare you from that divorce, to spare you from filing them papers. It depends on the counselors, on what you learn, what you know. I guess that's true. That makes sense. I don't know too much about that. Like I said, I'm not married, but yeah, let's see. It says take more time to get to know people before jumping into a relationship. Get to know how you can grow with that person before committing. A lot of times we're attracted to things initially. Yeah. A lot of people don't let things grow. Love at first sight. I don't know too many relationships that have just jumped the gun and went full throttle and survived. Family member of mine has, she got married, after meeting her husband for 3 months, 30 some odd years later, they're still together. That's unheard of. That's where I don't recommend that to anybody, and happy, healthy, Oh, thank you. It's just a little something. Thank you, Tia. My hair. Hey, girl. But yeah, you have to, take time. That was a rare situation with my family member. I'm like, wow, you're still together. Keep on ticking. And I think that's one relationship that love will never die. But, I wish, they were on my live stream so they could, mention what they do. Maybe that'll be another live stream. Maybe that'll be another reason to come. How their relationship, Gloria Gaynored it out. I will survive. Okay. Yeah, their relationship is decades of survival. But people do have to take the time to get to know each other. You can't grow if you don't know. That's a true statement. You can't grow if you don't know a person, and people are learning their spouses. They're getting married for the wrong reasons and just learning their spouses as they get along, and you're learning that you don't like the person you married. Why did I get married? You're learning that you don't really like this person. You like the idea of getting married. You like the idea of, having that one person to come home to. That one person might not be the person for you, but you still, got married. You signed on the dotted line. You bought the cow. I mean, in marriages, the divorce rate is so high because of toxicity, staying in relationships too long. I think divorce rates are climbing at astronomical rates more than marriage rates are. And that's sad, because in the 70s, I know it was different. It was more marriages. Let's stay together for the kids. Let's divorce. Let's stay together for the kids. Kids need us. You don't want to leave because the kids are here. So yeah, great. Stay together for the kids. Keep it together for the kids, so the kids can see all the toxic behaviors and learn them all from you. That's great to keep the kids in your toxic relationship, seeing you go crazy and ready to choke each other's brains out. Ready to, somebody ain't coming home. Somebody's staying out too late. That's a great way to show your kids to stay together is important. More important than happiness. More important than self-love. More important than, your own love for yourself. That stay together for the kids, I'll tell you right now, that's some BS. That's a mess. You stay together because you want to be together. You don't stay together for anything else, because all you're going to do is damage the kids. I'll tell you right now, you're going to damage the kids. Kids don't want to see that. Two people can be happier and have their life in two separate households and have their ways instead of trying to coincide, because it's hard to bring two different people from two different worlds. They say opposites attract, but statistically speaking, with the divorce rate so high, maybe it doesn't. Maybe opposites, do not attract. Maybe they subtract. They take away. And the thing about children is they notice everything. They know if you in a toxic relationship. They know if mommy and daddy are not getting along. They can feel it, because when you are going through something, kids can feel it too. Kids can feel it. They're smart as whips. Children are smarter than you think, and they hear everything. They hear you arguing about somebody and wash the clothes. They hear you arguing about whose number they saw on your phone. They hear you arguing. They hear everything. They notice. They can feel it. They don't necessarily hear. They can feel the vibe in the air. Drop some more comments, y'all. I'm loving these comments. I think I addressed everybody's, right? Children seeing that. Children act out because of toxicity in relationships, because of toxicity in marriages that they're witnessing firsthand. Children act out. You think your child's just being, mischievous or acting that way or misbehaving just because they just decided to do that? No. Something's going on at home. Teachers know that too. In the education field, teachers know, like, wow, something must be going on. I noticed a change in little Johnny's behavior. Sarah's, started to do something. Something must be going at home. Let me see what's going on. Let me hit up the parents. It shows, trust me. Teachers can tell if things are going on at home, your child's acting different, your child is completely changed. Oh, wow. My connection went out for a second. Woo, that kind of scared me. I thought I lost y'all. I don't want to lose y'all. No, I want y'all right here with me. But yeah, it can tell, it can show. Not only teachers can tell that you're in a bunch of toxicity, outsiders looking in, people that you talk to every day, friends that were there before your significant others and you were. They can tell too. Talk to my girlfriends on the phone. They don't sound as happy. They're going through some toxic things. They don't sound like their usual self. They sound like everything is stressing them out. When they're dealing with this person, hearing about this person, toxic relationships. You can tell when other people around you. So what do we learn? Toxic relationships are noticeable. Even when you don't want them to be noticeable, even when you don't think they can be noticeable, they are noticeable nonetheless. Yeah, toxic relationships are learned behaviors, because how else are you going to figure out how to be toxic? You don't just pick up on it and just something you just kind of, it's not something that you're born with. Babies are not born with toxicity. But children, they learn, they grow, they see things. They learn how to handle situations in a healthy way or in a toxic way. Children learn how to deal, to stay in situations or to love yourself more and leave situations. Toxicity is definitely a learned behavior. You don't learn, but it's sad. More toxicity is learned than learning how to be healthy and happy and to thrive and how to be positive, and how a lot of positive energy and goodness is not as learned. That's least learned than toxicity is. It's easy to. Hello there, greetings. Hi. Glad everybody is on, and drop some comments. We're talking about toxic relationships and people staying in them for way too long. I told a friend the other day, you don't want to waste your good years. You don't want to waste you being cute, going out, somebody's actually looking at you, thinking you're fine. You want to wait. You want to live those years to make decisions. It's easier to change, a relationship for the better and get into a better place when you're 22 versus 72. You have a little bit more energy then. Clothes look cuter on you, fit better. Get out there, have the energy to get out and mix and mingle and everything. Not saying you're 72, you can't. I'm not shutting people's dreams down, because, hey, there's people out there who can get them at any age, But I'm just saying, the sooner you know better, you do better. Get into healthier states. You got to change your mind frame. That's the thing. Toxicity is a state of mind. It's a choice. You can choose to stay in that toxicity, or you can choose to make the decision for yourself. But a lot of people won't, because they're comfortable and they don't want to. They don't trust themselves enough. They don't have enough trust. They don't have enough love. They don't have enough attention focused on self. You know, they are elsewhere. They're saying, you know, like, you know what? Let me read you this, you guys. This Gloria Gaynor song speaks. This is a perfect example. I came in the beginning of my live stream singing "I Will Survive" because I just went through a nasty episode of being sick. She says she's clearly in a toxic relationship. At first, I was afraid. I was petrified. Kept thinking how I could never live without you by my side. She said, I could never live without you by my side. You should be able to live, period, whether somebody's by your side in your life or not. Person, you shouldn't be able to not live just because somebody's not there. That person wasn't there when, that person didn't make you, the person shouldn't break you. It should be that kind of mentality. She says, but then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong. And I grew strong. So she's saying she's learning. She spent many nights thinking how she did, but she allowed that person to do her wrong. Because she accepted the toxicity. She got comfortable. It says, and so you're back from outer space. This person leaving, coming and going. This is what I'm taking from the song. You're back from outer space. I just walked in to find you here with that sad look upon your face. So they're used to it. They're comfortable. This person seems apparently comfortable in the toxicity and treating them that way. It's like normal to them. Oh, they've accepted it this far. Why not continue with the cycle? Because they're accepting what they've already been doing. So I continue and continue and continue and continue and continue. Because person didn't get out. Person didn't leave, didn't cut off, didn't set the boundary, the proper boundary. I should have changed that stupid lock. I should have made you leave your key. If I'd known for just 1 second you'd be back to bother me. These words are real. This is a pure definition of her surviving a toxic relationship. Go on now, go walk out the door. Just turn around now because you're not welcome anymore. What? Okay. You know what? It's cool. She was down for a minute. She's back. She said, I didn't take enough. Hold up. I'm actually thinking now. You were treating me toxic. So let me leave. Let me get out of here. Because you were not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with goodbye? Oh, so this person tried to hurt her with goodbye. He tried to hurt her and say, I'm leaving you. Threatened to leave. That threats, toxicity, threatening. You guys, are you here? Are you listening? Anybody here? Comment. Threatening to leave with a goodbye. Oh, I'm out. I'll leave you. Manipulation. That's not toxicity. She said, you think I'd crumble. You think I'd lay down and die. So wow. She is explaining nothing but toxicity in this relationship. Basically, she's saying that he thought that she would be nothing without him. And a lot of women in toxic relationships, a lot of people, period. Some men too. Men can be exposed to toxicity. They think that they'd be nothing without the person. The My Life documentary, Mary J. Blige, she thought she'd be nothing without, who was it? I think her toxic relationship was KC from Jodeci. But she said, oh no, not I will survive. That means she didn't got some self-love somewhere. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. All right. It said, it took all the strength I had not to fall apart because she didn't think that she was going to be anything without this person, apparently. Anything. So she had to muster up whatever courage she had and stay together. It says, kept trying hard to mend the pieces of my broken heart. Our hearts get broken. Our heart's so broken, it's easier to stay with somebody than to go on and let it heal. That's a problem. It's a common problem. A lot of women go through it. Instead of healing and going through, she decided to stay because it was just comfortable for her. It says, and I spent so many nights feeling sorry for myself. I used to cry. But now I hold my head up high and you see me, somebody new. I'm not that chained up little person still in love with you. And so you felt like dropping in and just expect me to be free. Well, now I'm saving all my loving for somebody who's loving me. She done found somebody else. She done got her second win. She said, okay, all that energy, she's saving it and turning it into positive energy. That negative, toxic energy, she's turning into positivity for somebody who's going to love on her. So go on, walk out the door. Yeah, this is good stuff. She survived it. She survived that. That was a classic definition. It hit the nail on the head, about a total, she described it to a T, a total toxic relationship. If you guys get a chance, go look at Gloria Gaynor's I Will Survive lyrics to the song. That's some real stuff. Really good stuff. Really good toxic stuff. Really good toxic, but found self-love type of stuff, recoverable toxic stuff. What does it say? Unfortunately, it's easy for folks to stay in toxic relationships because that's what they're exposed to. That's all they know. And that's their normal. Some people don't know nothing but toxicity. And it's true. But I encourage everybody to learn. You got to learn. You got to continue to learn. The learning process never ends at any age. Be 102, still learning. Learning from mistakes, learning from bad habits, learning from your bad habits of others. Think about people that don't give enough time to heal in relationship and healing between relationships, healing from relationships. And, relationships don't just have to be from a spouse, a partner, boyfriend, girlfriend. It's family members too that can cause toxic relationships. You can be sometimes you have to cut ties from toxicity in family because they are doing your heart no good, disservice. All these things can be applied in multiple relationships. Most of them. From work relationships to family relationships to love relationships. Toxicity can be found anywhere, and staying too long in any of these things does more hurt than good. So you got to get out. But you guys, I was just wanted to say, hop on my live stream. It feels good to be back here. It feels good. I feel nice and energetic and full of light. I was gone for a minute, but I'm back with the jump off. All right. And I will continue to do more. Yes. You'll have to protect your peace. Yes. Your peace of mind is everything. Thank you for that comment. Woo. Yes. You have to protect your peace because who's going to protect it if you do not? Nobody. You are in charge of your own peace, your own happiness, your own state of mind. There's nothing like being in peace. When you come home and walk through your door, you don't want to be in a negative relationship where peace is not little to no existent. Even in relationships where you're roommates. I've been in that in college. This is the worst. I had two. Boy, I tell you, I found out one is now deceased, rest in peace, but it was toxicity from the gate. I used to hate going into my dorm room. So I was the freshman. They were seniors. They were mean people. I went to school in Brooklyn for a little bit. Yep. But I still enjoyed my year, had a good time. But that toxic relationship, we had toxicity because nobody wanted to grow. And toxicity also consists of a lack of communication, good communication, strong communication. You know, that helps cut down a lot of toxicity when you communicate with someone. It really helps. But it's nothing like that feeling. I remember, cringing. I remember waking up in the middle of the night. I remember like, oh my goodness, they bring friends over, me not feeling comfortable because their friends don't like me because I don't like that person. And, it's a tag team situation. And then, I'd bring my friends over and it's just like, whoo. And then you got to study and do exams on top of that. No good. Toxic relationships. Some things are avoid. Some things are just not avoidable. Some things you can do the best you can. You got to work with what you got. You got to make peace out of the situations or find your peace. 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 Find your peace by throwing up the peace sign. Got to get out, but you'll survive. You'll Gloria Gaynor it out, I believe everybody can. And that's my live stream for tonight. I'm going to take off because I'm getting a little tired and I'm thirsty. This is my new drink of choice. I traded in the wine for coconut water. It's healthy. It's hydrating. Gives the skin a nice glow. See all this glow? I love it. You guys should try it. Does more for me than, anything else does. It makes me feel energetic and vigor, and it's doing good for the body. So I'm doing good, getting 2 birds with 1 stone killed. Hydrating, energy, health, happiness, all in a jar. So you guys, stay out your toxic relationship. Girl, get out that toxic relationship. You stayed in it too long. You got to get out because it's not going to get better on its own. It's not going to get better by you just staying there. The kids ain't happy. They sitting around mad. You're there. They sitting around. They're going to start showing their behind, or they already showing their behind. They're going to continue to do it as long as you continue to be in toxicity. So everything is just going to continue. I'm going to leave on that note. Do what you want with this information, with what you want it. I just know that even though it may be hard, it may be scary, but if you take that leap of faith and just get out of that toxic relationship or just separate yourself and find your own peace, you will be so much happier. You might cry a little bit, might sting, might hurt, because that's part of life. But you will be so much better off and things will start to fall in place. Trust and believe. But staying there will leave you in hell. And bring everybody around you that's watching you, your children, whatever, then bring them there too. That's not the place you want to be. All right. You guys make sure who has joined, subscribe to my channel, share, like, comment with the on comment below. Share with a friend. Enjoy your evening. Good night. Everybody.